For Life would like to thank all of our sponsors. Mountain View Guide Service, J3 Outdoors, Lennon's Lures, Wolf Creek Products, and PCS Outdoors.
The Hague Spring Clip by J3 Outdoors. Simple, fast, efficient.
Here we are. This is the second half of my line. Normally I'll do part of my line in the morning, and then when I get home from work. So I finished up framing the house early, so I'm out here checking the line. I'm going to snap them off because I'm headed down to South Carolina with Mark Schaefer with Riddick and go on his line. So I'm snapping mine off. River's right here. You got a crop change here. You had soybeans here, and then I don't know what he had in there. He must have had, maybe he had soybeans there too. A lot of times, year after year, this will be corn, stuff like that. So it says crop change. We got this grass strip right here that he used to drive on, so it's a little taller and solid. And I put a trap right here. This is the first double on this farm. I think this is the 5th or 6th fox I got out of here. So I'm gonna be pulling out probably for the year. Mating season's coming, so I'll probably just lay off the fox now. And you can see some of the guard hairs and stuff like that, and they got some rubs and stuff like that. So the fur usually goes downhill after January sometime. So we're gonna take care of these. We don't have to bother snapping them off. They're already snapped off. So we'll get, like I said, this is a perfect, ideal spot. Big farm lane. This is the tractor path here. You got a long running barrier. That's the river. You got a hedgerow there. You got all places for them to start micing and stuff like that. I made these sets. I got a couple fox out of either one. This is, like I said, the first double. I made these into a hay set, which is ideal. I mean, it's just a magnet. They can't. There's my sheep hair right there. We're gonna dispatch these and get going.
Get you, Brian.
Is that the color you have here?
Yeah, we have a lot of black ones. I probably caught 8 black ones. We're talking about.
Well, hello. I'm Bryan Flowers. Welcome to Fur Life. This week, like I said, we're going to be down in South Carolina, which is we're here with my good friend Mark Schaefer from Riddick Inc. We're on his trap line. We're going to let him do the talking, being it's his trap line, and right there is part of the reason why we're down here.
Yep, we're on this tract of land here, and it's about 2,500 acres. They mine it for the sand and the dirt, and there's a big master plan for it, but the property owner wants the coyotes out of here. He actually is a big deer hunter, and they're trying to improve the deer herd here. So we've been here for about 3 years now. I'm very pleased he invites me back all the time, and we're trying to help him out, and he's helping us out by letting us trap here. So, and he has seen a difference in the deer population here too. So that's part of the reason right there. So we're gonna we trap for the live market here. So we're going to put a noose pole on him and put him in the box, and down the road we go.
Something a little different here that we're doing. So we're going to check out what he does with the live market. Puts a couple extra dollars in your pocket too. Because the dog trainers and stuff like that, they give you a pretty decent penny for them.
Yeah, right now the live market is about $75 for a coyote, as long as he doesn't have any foot damage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. As long as it doesn't
You
have
gotta
no cuts or...
And you know, if it was up north, you got to dispatch them and skin them, flesh them, and dry them, and what are you getting? 10, 12, 15 bucks for them. So it's a win-win. So we're gonna get him out of that trap and put him in the box.
Mark, that was a dirt hole?
That was a dirt hole, yes. Yeah. And that's where, well, the surveyor was parked right there, and I got another set there. A lot of times after you put that noose on them,
they cower right down.
Yeah, there's nothing to them. He does have a little foot damage. It's actually not my trap of choice, but walk him over to the box.
Yeah, let's show here.
We just stuff them in the box.
Make sure he doesn't come out after you. I see one of them on YouTube one time. The guy was putting a cat in one of the cages, and it come back out, went right up his shoulder and up and over.
With cats, you got to be careful. There's guys who trap them and they leave their truck door open and they release them. Cat goes right in the truck. Then you got a problem.
Yeah, you do.
But for the most part, once you get them in the box, I've actually had 4 coyotes in this little box. They just sit in the back there and just, you know, they just mind their own business.
Now, we're here in South Carolina. Do you have, I mean, is there any really difference from the sets like when you were in New York, or I'm in Pennsylvania, or up in Maine?
The landscape down here is different. I mean, everything is flat. We're only, well, we're actually in Myrtle Beach, but Myrtle Beach, the beach part, is only about 7 miles down the road. It's very flat down here. It's very sandy. We do get frost down here. It does get cold. I think right now it's probably about 34 degrees. I think it was 26 this morning. So we have to antifreeze our traps too. It's location, location, location.
Yeah. That's, now, will another coyote go in that circle? Will you be able to set that again, or do you have to, like, up north, like, do we have to set off to the side? I mean, it's not that you won't catch one, but I get a lot of refusals up north anyway.
Yes, I mean, if I reset that right in the in that catch circle, can you catch them? Yeah, but the odds are better if you're going to make a set right on the outside.
Yep.
As you can see, I usually use a Bridger fully laminated 4-coiled. This is 4-coiled, doesn't have the lamination, but I did have a little foot damage. So that was probably part of my error. I probably should have just put a modified trap there with the laminations. And one thing, talking about the north and the south, it's very sandy down here. Up north, you know, the snow tells the whole story. You watch the track, see what they're doing. Here in the sand, it's almost identical. You can see, I don't know if I actually can see where he came in, but the sand holds the tracks and you can see it, but it gets very windy down here too, so you can see tracks for 2-3 days. Yeah.
That's where he came in
He
at.
approached right here.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
And I mean, if we can see this the haul road where they're hauling out, and they haven't been here this year. So that coyote, he was probably coming down this way. I have another set right over here, we'll see. But yesterday and the day before when I got here, there were surveyors here. So, I mean, they parked the truck right here. They were here for 2 days, so, I mean, this coyote did come through, so, that's that. So we're gonna move on to the next sets and see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, we're here at a set. We had a possum in this set yesterday. This was a dirt haul, and I turned it into just a little walk-through set, which is, I mean, they're deadly sets too. That smells all like possum, the coyotes. And there's a lot of coyotes in this immediate area here. Not too many red or gray fox, but they'll have a tendency to walk right down through the middle there. What I did was I put a little bit of lure on the side there, and then on the opposite side, a little bit of lure there, just a dab of lure. And they'll have a tendency to walk right through the middle there. I'm sure there's still some bait there and smell from the original set, so it's curiosity. They want to go through there. They smell that yesterday was a possum. They smell it. They know something happened here.
Yeah. That's why I try to strive, tell everybody that everything about coyotes is all about curiosity.
Yeah.
I mean, everything.
Yeah. This is actually the same property we're still on from earlier, and they cleared this out for deer hunting. You can see there's a tree stand in the back there, and back off to the right here, there's a new road cut in here. So we went into this area blind, but if you can see right here, I put a set in. I just cut a set into the bank. See what's coming down this little road here probably goes for about another half mile, and then everything, you got a irrigation ditch on the right hand side here, so they'll have a tendency to travel this way, but we haven't seen a track here in I think 3 days now, so it's a waiting game. Just be patient, sooner or later they'll come by.